Hi everyone, it's Wild Josh, and in this episode I'll be taking on a podracer. The episode was recommended by YouTube commenter Ben Quadinaros. Since the character I'm basing this episode is none other than Ben Quadinaros, it appears that this episode will be one of a few firsts. It's our first episode on a podracer, and our first episode recommended by the character we're talking about. So without further ado, sit back and enjoy, because you're about to learn who's who when it comes to Ben Quadinaros. Let's begin with what we know to be Canon. Ben Quadinaros is a quiet and shy toon from the planet Tund. Considered to be a novice podracer, he bravely joined the Bunta Eve Classic, piloting his BT-310 Quadra podracer. At the start of the race, which began with a wave from the crime lord Jabba the Hutt, the podracers took off like a shot out of a cannon. Well, that is for everyone but the human Anakin Skywalker and the toon Ben Quadinaros. Eventually, Anakin Skywalker got his podracer figured out, and he was off with the rest of the pack. Unfortunately for Quadinaros, things didn't turn out as well. After trying to restart his podracer, the power coupling failed, which caused the energy binders to let go. In a split second, the four massive engines attached to his podracer flew off in different directions and exploded on impact. For Ben Quadinaros, the Bunta Eve Classic was over before it even got a chance to begin. Quadinaros didn't quit though. He continued racing for at least another 10 years. Even during the Clone Wars, a poster for a race featuring Quadinaros and his rival Sebulba could be seen. Now on to the legend's backstory. Ben Quadinaros was a podracer who found mild success racing in the much less dangerous Pufra circuit. He was happy there. It was more his speed. Until one day, a Sneevil named Bowles Roar, who made his living singing and podracing, placed a 5 million peggets bet that Ben Quadinaros would not race in the Bunta Eve Classic out of fear. Incensed, Ben Quadinaros took the bet. He rented a BT-310 Quadra podracer and entered the race. Just like the Canon story, the race doesn't go well for Quadinaros, with a slight variation. After his podracer engines flew off and blew up, an investigation shows that it wasn't operator error or some flaw in the podracer's design, but instead, his rented BT-310 was sabotaged by another podracer, a pilot named Ark Roos. Although Quadinaros never finished the race, the bet was that he wouldn't enter it. He walked away from the Bunta Eve Classic 5 million peggets richer. He used the money to buy a new podracer and continued to race with mild success in the Pufra and Inferno circuits. Ben Quadinaros was a computer-generated character for Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. He was based on concept art by Terrell Whitlatch and Ian McCaig. Well, there you have it. You now know who's who when it comes to Ben Quadinaros. Would you like to know who's who about another character in the Star Wars universe? If so, let us know in the comments below. Also, be sure to listen to Geek-Cetera podcast, which you can find on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. You know, all those places you can download podcasts. You can also find out more on our website at www.geek-cetera.com, as well as on our Twitter at geek_cetera, and our Facebook, which is at Geek-Cetera Network. Thanks, and may the Force be with you.